episode of Premila's Veggie Recipes. Today I will show you how to make a scrummy, yummy pasta dish using pasta shells stuffed with spinach, ricotta cheese, topped up with a lovely béchamel sauce, spicy tomato sauce, and finally garnished with some really nice mozzarella and cheddar cheese, olives and basil leaves. So let's make a start. For this you'll need 500 grams of pasta shells. You can use cannelloni if you don't have pasta shells. You can use a smaller version of the pasta shells if you do have the patience to stuff those. 250 grams of spinach, 250 grams of ricotta cheese, a bit of salt, pepper as desired. That will be the stuffing for the pasta shells today. For the béchamel sauce we'll use a couple of sticks of butter, 2 tablespoons of plain flour which I'll roast, and by adding milk, cheese, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and that will be our béchamel sauce. For the tomato sauce we'll use a couple of tablespoons of olive oil or vegetable oil. Saute some onions, garlic, chilies. Garlic again is optional and so is the onions. Saute that, add your tomato sauce. You can either use passata or tinned tomatoes, fresh tomatoes sieved. We let that boil and we'll top that on top of the pasta shells once they're stuffed and ready to go into the oven. Okay, so let's make a start. I'll preheat the oven to 200 degrees centigrade and we'll start the pasta sauce first. So whilst that's boiling, we can prepare the pasta shell. So I'll put the pan to heat now. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil. To this I'll add some garlic. Okay, so add the garlic, half the onion. Keep stirring until it changes color but not brown. So this is a very nice dish for entertaining. The kids love it at all times. Very simple to make, and as an option you can use cannelloni, small pasta shells, or even layer it in lasagna sheets. I'm just adding a little bit of freshly chopped red chilies, as the family all love a bit of a kick to the food. The onion is cooking well and has gone translucent. I will now add the passata, which is what I'll be using today. Slow down the heat. Add a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of fresh or dry herbs, a tablespoon of brown sugar or white sugar, and let that simmer gently while we prepare the pasta shells. Just going to pour a little bit into the pan now to avoid the pasta shells sticking at the base. The rest I will pour once all the pasta shells have been filled up. Right, let's now prepare the stuffing for the pasta shells. I've got my 250 grams of chopped spinach. I'll add the 250 grams of ricotta cheese, a tablespoon of salt, some pepper, mix it all well together. I'll mix it with my hands as it's much easier to bind the ricotta with the spinach. That looks very nice. It comes together very well. If you're in haste, you can always parboil the spinach, but I do prefer to keep it uncooked, as the color looks much nicer when it's just freshly chopped. And as it releases its water into the pasta shells, it helps the pasta shells cook better too. The mixture is ready now, and I'm going to start filling the pasta shell. So I'll start arranging the pasta shells on the lovely tomato sauce I have here. Try and keep the open side on the top. Again, this is merely for effect and doesn't have to be facing this way. But I do like the food to look presentable, as it is more appealing to the eye and to the stomach. So carry on filling all the pasta shells until the tray is full. My kids love helping me do this, but today they've all deserted me and waiting on a ready meal. As you can see, it's much easier to stuff the spinach into the pasta if it's slightly parboiled. I've only boiled it for 5 minutes because that softens the pasta shells and makes it much easier to stuff the spinach in. This quantity is enough to serve 4 to 6 people. It's very important to leave a little space between the pasta shells as you arrange them in the dish, as they will expand during cooking. The pasta shells are now all filled. I will now pour the remaining sauce, the béchamel sauce and the topping, and put it in the oven. So let me show you how to make the béchamel sauce in the microwave, which is a very easy and quick way of doing it, and you don't have to continuously keep stirring it. So I have still got half the portion, which I will prepare another dish in a minute. Meantime, I'll show you how to make the white sauce, and I can put one of the dishes in the oven to start baking. So for the white sauce, I have got 2 sticks of butter, 10 grams. I'm going to melt that in the microwave for 1 minute. Okay, my butter has now melted. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of plain flour, mix that together. Which I'm going to put back in the microwave for a minute. So this has come out of the microwave after a minute. Smells really nice, almost like a biscuit. It's nice and crumbly. To this I will add a glass of milk. Slowly, gradually continue stirring so there are no lumps. Put this in the microwave again for a little while and continue adding the milk as required. After a minute, whisk it. As you can see, the sauce is thickening up nicely. I'll add the remaining milk to it now. Mix it well again. Add half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, tablespoon of cheese, as it makes it nice and creamy. Mix it once more and put it in the microwave for another minute or a minute and a half. I'm using a 600-watt microwave and a minute should just about be enough. While the bechamel sauce is thickening, I'm going to now add some more of the tomato sauce on top of the ready prepared pasta shells. The dish is smelling absolutely beautiful and very aromatic. Ensure all the pasta shells are covered really nicely and well. I'll use the remaining sauce for the remaining pasta shells which I yet have to fill. The bechamel sauce has been in the microwave for a couple of minutes. It's nice and thick, and the consistency of the sauce should be pouring rather than very, very thick. So this has been mixed well. I'm now going to add it to my pasta. So drizzle this onto the pasta shells. Okay, now I'm going to finally sprinkle the mozzarella and cheddar cheese, which I've used a portion equally, on top of the pasta. I'll now garnish it with some chopped olives, black olives. You can use green olives. I'm now going to add some freshly chopped basil leaves as well, as it adds a wonderful flavor to any pasta or tomato dish. This is now ready to go into the oven. I will cover it with foil. Make a few slits in the foil to allow the ventilation and the steam to go through, and bake it for 40 to 45 minutes until the pasta is tender and the cheese is nicely browned. So here it goes into the oven for 40 to 45 minutes in the middle of the oven. It's now 40 minutes. Our lovely pasta dish is ready. It's nice and golden. Dinner is now ready to serve. Please like, comment and share this wonderful recipe. I look forward to seeing you again to the next episode of Premila's Veggie Recipes. Thank you for watching.